Perfect. Hey, can somebody get... Okay, I'm live. All right, well, everybody, welcome back to WrestleMania 10 here live on the EIF network. And my apologies for being a little later than 6, and by a little, I mean a half an hour. Technical difficulties did prevent us from getting back on time, but we are here. We're going to do an impromptu match, it looks like. We've got two guys that aren't scheduled on the card today that we can get a match for them. We'd like to do that. We'd like to try and get some guys some opportunities to compete here. And we're also going to have the IC title match. We have the Money in the Bank and the two main events still to come as well. So we've got some time to fill here, but we're going to try and have fun along the way. So this first match is Executioner and Deltino. Executioner, an EIF Hall of Famer and longtime EIF superstar. And Deltino still in his first year in EIF. It's going to be Superstardom rules since we've had quite a bit of ED one-on-ones tonight. Let's go ahead. That match is now up, and it's Carl Anderson versus Xavier Woods. So some real-life heat, actually, you could say, around this one, given that it's two people that are halves of a tag team on Raw. You could also say that in Xavier's case, it's got something to do with the page stuff. You all know it. If you don't know, look up WWE page news on Google. You'll find some fun stuff there. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got you. We still might be able to use him too. It depends if we have like another spot potentially. Yep.
Jeez,
Really?
I went mine before you. That's saying something.
Executioner made his EIF WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania 3. He is, so
Did you
far
win
of
the
those
world
that have
title?
competed, his WrestleMania debut goes back further than anybody. In fact, Executioner might be the leader in that regard, with the exception to me in terms of longest tenure and in terms of WrestleMania. I know Hybrid's WrestleMania debut was at WrestleMania 4. I don't know if anybody else beats that. I don't know if anybody beats WrestleMania 3. Me, yes. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing Carl Anderson of The Club. This is Deltino. So some impromptu action here at Mania, just a little warm-up match, but obviously a big match for these two superstars. Deltino especially been one of the full-time guys. Actually, he's technically now a member of the Helocity roster, and congratulations, right before we went to break, not too long before that, we had our Helocity Championship match. New champion of 2017, the first Helocity champion in 6 years, and that is Deadly Gamer. So this is a good opportunity for Deltino to get himself into some contention for that. He's happy about making that transition, but he's obviously happy here. He'll be making his WrestleMania debut against a savvy veteran in Executioner. Obviously, Executioner has changed a little bit from where he was at WrestleMania 3 in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but you know what? He still has some veteran leadership that he can bring to the table, as Bam Bam Bigelow's entrance will be skipped. This next one will not. And always a cool opportunity when you can get a guy like this who is an EIF Hall of Famer. We've seen some long tenured guys throughout the time, and to get some guys like this, also had Wicked Jr. except for Alex Hollywood Open Challenge earlier. It's great when you can have those things. May not be his call, but it's this guy. Introducing his opponent, representing Xavier Woods from the Bronx in New York, Chronix, the Executioner. Well, Executioner coming out to a more upbeat tone than what we're used to seeing with him and his heavy screamo Gears of War cog-like characters. But he'll get a Superstardom opportunity tonight with Deltino. I think we could skip that last one, but all right. So everybody should skip your entrances if you haven't already. That's cool. We'll get people counted out here to start out. I would say he's not like out of your thing. Yep, I know, I saw. Just let it go. Try and have a fun night here tonight, so it's okay. Oh my gosh, my phone almost died. Low battery. I don't know why I've been Bam Bam. I was feeling it, you know. WrestleMania night for legends, and he's a legendary performer. So he does, and he is one of the bigger men, I think, that have competed in WWE and ECW, especially with Taz. Had some good matches. All right, guys, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, he was. So here we are. We are underway. Of course, Del Tino in the the black trunks, the white and black trunks, I should say, with Carl Anderson of the Club, Xavier Woods of the New Day, and pink and blue represented by Executioner. Neckbreaker belongs to the younger of the two. Executioner had his debut in EIF in the summer of 2009, Del Tino in the fall of 2016. So a big difference in terms of experience as a knee hits the back of the skull there from Del Tino. Del Tino missing that super kick to the ribs. Scoop slam, and it connects. Now he begins to choke the life out of his opponent. Forearm to the face. Kick missing. This kick does not. That uppercut does connect. Executioner, again, the veteran of the two, but over the times, Executioner has sort of lost a few steps, and that will happen to you. Age will do something to you in this league, it seems. Yep, I know. I see. It's fine. Well, I just want to let everybody know, it's fine. I will address it because obviously they're here. I want to let you guys know that I have talked with Jolton. I was under the impression that a compromise had been made. If that's not the case, then let me know, but we are not trying to affiliate ourselves with anything like that. We're respecting your league. We ask that you do the same with us. So, and that's all we're trying to do. So, I apologize if you guys feel differently, but we can assure you that I had spoke with Jolton no longer than 30 minutes ago, and I think everything is okay, so I don't really think there's a necessity to be posting that stuff, guys. You know, we wouldn't do it to you. So, anyway, back to the match at hand. Suplex bringing Executioner into the ring here from Del Tino. Puts a stomp in there. And raking of the eyes from Del Tino, winning at any cost. And, you know, Del Tino has had, it's been a tumultuous run for him, I think. There's been some times where Del Tino seemed very close, in particular the X Division title. We saw a couple of opportunities. And again, I will say this. I am going to say this now. I don't plan on making this a conversation piece because this is obviously an important event for us. So I'm going to try and clear the air as best I can. But I really do not want to be talking about this frequently. I think if there's anything that needs to be talked about, you can discuss it with Jolton. But in response to the comment by Lunatic, basically earlier on the stream, all I said was that I said a lot of things to Jolton as an individual, but in terms of KCW, all I said was under KCW, it is his jurisdiction, and in EIF, it is mine. Jolton and I have creative differences, and I choose one thing, he chooses another. I think that's completely okay for me to say. That has no negative connotation towards your league. It's just saying that in EIF, I make the rules, and in KCW, he makes the rules. So in EIF, if I feel one way, I get the final say. In KCW, Jolton would get the final say, from what I understand. That is what we're getting to. I really don't want to make this a point of conversation, so that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it at. Other than saying, once again, Jolton and I had cleared the air earlier. If he is the owner of KCW, which I am very, very, very confident that he is, and you are a superstar in KCW, which I'm very confident you are, then the best thing to do would just be to say, hey, let's call it a day. KCW exists. EIF exists. It doesn't matter about what was said in the past. It's about moving on, and in life there are compromises. There is compromise. So I am saying let bygones be bygones. I am completely cool with KCW. I have no issues with KCW, and I'm saying it right here on the stream so that everybody knows that, so you get the public acknowledgement of knowing that. So I'm asking very kindly that we get the same kind of respect from you guys, and just, you know, if you want to come in here, please feel free to watch the product, the entertainment. That's what we're here to do. We're here to entertain. If you don't like it, that's finally that's fine. And, you know, we're done talking things over. So, yeah. And off one finisher, just like that, Deltino gets the quick win. So, robbed of the commentary, but not of his WrestleMania moment. Deltino in his WM debut here at WM10 knocks off the veteran Executioner. A big win for Deltino. Good match, guys. And thanks for showing up. And that was a good little prelim to get into our next match, because coming up next is one of the most famous matches. And that is the Hardcore Hell match. Is one of the most famous stipulations in EIF. And we are going to get to see it played out. We're going to have entrances coming up next. Exactly. All right. All right, give me a second. I should be okay, I believe. Yep, pretty much. So, okay, so I believe Rallick is getting things set up. Am I off stream right now, or am I still being heard? Okay, cool. So, as Rallick is setting up entrances, I'd just like to remind you guys, and I'll do it throughout, this is the way the Hardcore Hell works. The Hardcore Hell was a famous stipulation made by Mr. Get My Money back in SBR 2007. Since then, the Hardcore Hell has been used several times, at least once on every game we've done. It's been a very innovative, very creative, and fun stipulation, and it's played host to a lot of Hardcore Championship matches. Tonight, the Intercontinental title will be graced with its presence, and the rules are fairly simple, but it can add up. So, for those that are competing, and for those of you watching at home, if you want to follow along, do your best to do so. Here is the way that Hardcore Hell works. It will be played off in an Extreme Rules match where the pinfall, and because of it being ED, you can only win off pinfall, and it must be inside the squared circle. Following that, in order to win the match, you must do the following. You must hit your opponent, one of the two opponents, you don't have to do this to both, but anyway, you must have to hit your opponent with 2 chair shots, 2 ladder shots. You must break 2 tables, and in this game, I will allow the announce table to count. Of course, if you reverse the announce table move, you do not get credit for putting your opponent through the table. Neither person gets credit. The move is nullified. You also get to use one time a weapon of your choice. I mean, you can do it throughout the match, but what I'm saying is if you want basically one weapon of choice, so if you want to use the baseball bat, the steps, you will have to use a weapon of choice at least one time. And you have to hit 2 finishers. Now, here's the way that works to be a little bit more definitive. Say you choose to use a finisher outside on the announce table, like a tombstone. You do not get credit for both the table and the finisher. You will get to pick, unless, of course, you already have one of those prerequisites fulfilled, such as if you have the finishers done but you need the tables, I'm obviously going to count that as a table, or vice versa. You cannot get credit for both. Also, if the finishers are what you allow to be the last thing you finish on your individual list, so you get all the weapons done, and now all you need to do is hit finishers, because you have to hit 2 finishers, you are still not allowed to pin after that second finisher. That second finisher just grants you pinning eligibility. So you could kind of technically say maybe 3 finishers, but basically, once all of those things are complete, and I will be keeping track throughout the match, so if you need to ask me what do you need, I'll try my best to remind you through commentary, as well as just give you general reminders if need be. Now, again, I'll repeat these things. So, you need to hit somebody with a chair twice, a table twice to put them through, a ladder twice. Same thing with the finishers, twice, a weapon of choice once, and these do not need to be to the same person. So Untamed, you can put DZ through a table and headshot through a table. You can hit DZ with a finisher and then headshot with a finisher. Same goes for the chair, same goes for the ladder. With the chair things, the other thing I was going to say that does not count is Irish whipping your opponent into the turnbuckle with the chair. That does not count as a chair impact. It does, though, if you like put their leg or their neck in the chair and stomp on it, anything like that. So, also, through a table, not, yes, must be through a table. Yes, that's what makes hardcore hell a little difficult. But yeah, it's meant to be difficult. So, and again, I'll remind you guys throughout the match. So if you need to ask me, hey, and eligibility, things like that, oh, am I eligible? I will let you know if you are or are not. Do you guys have any questions? What'd you say, DZ? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, am I still on stream to say that? Oh, okay. So for those of you that are keeping track of the of your prediction columns, if you're still in the running for that, which technically everybody is, there's still quite a few things that could happen. One of our tiebreakers. So this match means double. Not only does the match mean something for who you predicted to win, but also if a tiebreaker is necessary, there was a tiebreaker out for who will become the first eligible of these 3 superstars to win. Also, it should be noted that this triple threat match officially births the Intercontinental Championship as an ED branded championship. The IC title will now exclusively belong to ED. So, okay, cool. Oh, I would say no. Somebody let Tyron Hunt know. Oh, wait, I'm probably already talking. Tyron, I don't know if you can hear me, but I will still try to get you a match. I'd like to if I can find somebody for you. And it also depends on how this match, and I might do Money in the Bank right after this. So it just depends on how late those go. Yeah, Yeah, I would say, and for the sake of like potential time constraints, it's sort of the same thing like if we do the scramble with the world title, like if we feel the need that we need to, like if 20 minutes left it splits and somebody was the current champion, we're just going to let it go. The following contest is the Triple Threat Hardcore Hell match for the EIF Intercontinental Championship. Introducing the first of two challengers from Cleveland, Ohio, DZ. While DZ's night was what we thought would be cut short earlier, he lost a Money in the Bank qualifier to Headshot, but he still has this match to end his WrestleMania 10 on a high note. DZ made his EIF WrestleMania debut back at WrestleMania 4. He is looking for a big WrestleMania moment. He has competed in Hardcore Hell before. That is something that neither of his two opponents can say, so that gives DZ a bit of an advantage going in. We've only had 2 of our 5 championship matches thus far. One was a guaranteed new champion, and the other was a title that changed hands. So we're going to see if somebody can have their first successful defense. An Untamed Legend is against the odds here. DZ is hoping that he will be able to capitalize, as is the second challenger, whom defeated DZ earlier this evening. And introducing the second challenger from Gardendale, Alabama, Headshot Killer. And there is a very good chance that Headshot may come from a barbaric match such as this, such as Hardcore Hell, and might come from this to Money in the Bank right away. There's always a chance we could squeeze in a Tyrant Hunt match to give Headshot a bit of a breather. We'll see what we can do there for this man, as Headshot's already 1-0 here on his WrestleMania debut. This Headshot's first WrestleMania. He'd love to remain undefeated. Of course, he has a guaranteed 2 matches to go. Not only this, but the Money in the Bank ladder match, which he qualified for earlier. A first for Headshot, not only in terms of his first WrestleMania match, which was earlier today. Tonight is his first Hardcore Hell match and his first Money in the Bank ladder match. So a historic day in this man's career, and he is hoping that it continues to trend upward as it began to earlier. Now we await the champion. And introducing their opponent from Glastonbury, Connecticut. He is the current reigning and defending EIF Intercontinental Champion, Untamed Legend. Well, Untamed Legend has been at a WrestleMania before, but none have been as important as this one has been for him. He holds the top mid-card championship in EIF, and it has been a year of change for him. As his hoodie would say it all, that's something on the back of his hoodie that has not changed in recent years. But what has been the character of Untamed Legend, has been the dedication of Untamed Legend. He went from somewhat of a nobody, a floater in the X division, but he has been serious. He has been a full-time competitor in EIF as of late, and now he has an opportunity to win on the grandest stage of them all in a huge match that could mean something for his future. Because this match is a triple threat, only one in-game viewer will be able to be present. I will do that, and because of that, because I will be the one that has to do that, I will go ahead and switch individual broadcasters between Ratluck and myself. So we're going to take another brief break, unfortunately. My apologies to that, guys. But when we come back, we have Hardcore Hell right here at EIF WrestleMania 10. Stay with us.